Quinn here. This is That Snazzy iPhone Guy, and this is episode 3 to the That Snazzy iPhone Guy podcast series. Today's a very special episode because we have two very special people on the show. App Guru, you can visit him as always at youtube.com/user/appguru. And last but certainly not least, without further ado, Nikolai Sander, the developer of Spawn Illuminati. Spawn Illuminati is one of my personal favorite apps, and I'm not just saying that. It's really a great app. The current version is 1.1 as of January 7th, 2008. You can get it in the App Store for 99 cents. But here's the trick. Download it right now because version 2.0 is on its way, and it's going to be here in the next couple days. So download it while you can because the price will be risen. Without further ado, the recorded interview of That Snazzy iPhone Guy, App Guru, and of course, Nikolai Sander. I'm going to apologize here in advance. My audio track is really, really quiet in comparison to App Gurus and Nikolai Sander. But so if it's hard to hear the questions,
Hey
I
guys,
apologize
this is
for
That
that in
Snazzy
advance.
iPhone
And
Guy.
that's that. So
And
thank you. And
App Guru
here is
here.
the interview.
And this is a special interview with a guest, Nikolai Sander. He is the developer of Spawn Illuminati in the App Store, one of my favorite personal games, and he's here with us today. How are you, Nikolai?
I'm pretty good. Hi, guys.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I'll take the first question. You wrote Spawn Illuminati. How long did it take you? How many lines of code is in the program? And what language is it written in?
Well, that's regarding how long it took me. That's an interesting question because I would estimate it would have taken me about probably 2 to 3 weeks if I would have had basically every day to work on it. But since this is only my night job, it took me about a month and a week or so working late nights and I literally worked late nights. Like I went to bed around 3 o'clock or something and then woke up early in the morning to work at my normal job. So that was a pretty stressful time to get the first version out. I actually counted the lines of code. Right now they're 5,000, and to me it's just such a funny number because the usually the projects I'm working on they're measured in millions of lines of code. So they have actually an application that has 5,000 lines of code. It's pretty funny.
Is that in version 1.1 or in 2.0?
That is 2.0, yeah.
Oh, really?
I think I probably doubled the code, if not tripled. So I guess, I mean, I could go back. I'm using a version control, so I could go back and see how much version 1 took. I guess it would be around 2,000 lines of code.
Wow. And you did add a lot of stuff in V2.0, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I added. It's really it was kind of frustrating for me, the whole process to go from 1.0 to 2.0 because I had a lot of ideas and I wanted to implement all of those. The problem was there was no real good user interface for me to add functionality. So to add the actual functionality, like new rendering types, like there's a blur mode and there's like a fly-through mode. I'm not sure if you tried that out yet. There's like a wiggle mode and all kinds of different forces and stuff. Those things are pretty easy to do for me. The problem is that I didn't really have a good way to let the user to control all the parameters and stuff. So I had to implement this user interface, and that was pretty much where most of my time went into. I wanted to have like a circular menu because I'm not sure. Well, maybe not right at the beginning, but if you play around it for a long time, at some point you know exactly at what point, like at what location, which functionality is, and then you can it's almost you just do like a gesture with your finger, and you're at the right menu item, and the way from the center to the actually menu item is the shortest possible because it's a circle. So that's why I chose that user interface. Regarding the language it's written in, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. It's actually written in Objective-C, and it was the first time that I ever touched that language. I never had exposure in my life to Objective-C before. I had a colleague when I lived back in Germany actually who programmed in Objective C. He was a big Mac fan.
And that's a
But
toughie too. That's hard to write in that.
yeah, that's about 12 years ago, I think. So I've written a lot of stuff in C++ and C Sharp and other programming languages, but Objective C never. And I it, it I mean for me it's like it was the first time I ever programmed on a Mac. I actually had literally buy my first Mac to do iPhone development because I just wanted to do that. And the first one I bought was actually Mac Mini because I just wanted to save money. And the biggest problem for me getting started with the Mac was actually mainly the key bindings because I was used to the PC, and when you press home or you press end, you get to go to the beginning of the line, and when you're like deep in the code and you press the key on the Mac, it jumps like right at the beginning of your file. So I had to